Welcome to Own Your Words. Keep your nose to the grindstone. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning 1. To work very hard without taking a break, or being distracted. 2. To concentrate on working hard at your job, and not concern yourself with other things. 3. To work very hard without resting. 4. To work very hard without stopping to rest. Examples. 1. I've got to keep my nose to the grindstone, if I'm going to get this promotion. 2. Mary kept her nose to the grindstone, while her friends were out enjoying themselves. 3. Jim had decided, he was going to keep his nose to the grindstone. 4. There is more to life than keeping your nose to the grindstone, and saving for a rainy day. 5. My wife keeps her nose to the grindstone a few times a year when she's particularly inspired to write. 6. After a year of keeping his nose to the grindstone, 8 finally got a vacation. 7. She kept her nose to the grindstone all year, and got the exam results she wanted. 8. You'll do well at school, if you just keep your nose to the grindstone. 9. To succeed in law school the first year, you really need to keep your nose to the grindstone. 10. We just need to keep our noses to the grindstone for 2 more weeks, and then it will be summer break. Kick the can down the road. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning 1. To postpone dealing with something, in the hopes that it becomes someone else's problem. 2. Especially in politics, to postpone or defer a definitive action, decision, or solution, usually by effecting a short-term one instead. 3. To postpone a decision, or action. Examples. 1. I am pretty sure that, it will kick the can down the road improvement only. 2. I don't think we should kick the can down the road, and let our grandkids solve that problem. 3. Robbie is willing to do what it takes to resolve the issue, not just kick the can down the road. 4. It looks as though Congress is going to kick the can down the road again, on the debt ceiling issue, but they'll have to find a lasting solution eventually. 5. The idea is to kick the can down the road a bit, a Democratic official said. 6. That's a start at clarification, but all you've done there is kick the can down the road a bit. 7. It's not a good idea to kick the can down the road, and let the next generation to solve the global warming problem. 8. You can't continue to kick the can down the road. Someone will have to tell him that he is fired. 9. Kicking the can down the road is not a solution to any problem. We need to fix it permanently. Kill a fly with an elephant gun. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning 1. To take excessive, overcomplicated, or extravagant means, or force to accomplish something relatively minor or simple. 2. To suggest excessive measures to tackle a minute problem. 3. Approach a problem with excessive measures. Examples. 1. To suggest survey for a small issue is like killing a fly with an elephant gun. 2. Doctors often prescribe antibiotics even for minor ailments. They're trying to kill a fly with an elephant gun. 3. He brought in a team of lawyers to handle a simple parking ticket. Talk about trying to kill a fly with an elephant gun. 4. To stop playing after getting a minor hurt in the leg is like killing a fly with an elephant gun. 5. Doctors often prescribe antibiotics even for minor ailments. They're trying to kill a fly with an elephant gun. 6. Look, you've got some money issues, sure, but filing for bankruptcy would be killing a fly with an elephant gun. 7. With this new system of issuing licenses, the government is trying to kill a fly with an elephant gun. Knock some sense into. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To make someone learn to behave, in a more sensible way. 2. To try to help someone to see a situation, more realistically or seriously. 3. To forcefully teach someone not to be silly. Examples. 1. I tried to knock some sense into the boy, but he just wouldn't see reason. 2. The struggle to build up her own business, had knocked some sense into her. 3. I wish somebody would, knock some sense into our politicians. 4. And knock some sense into her, before she makes the wrong decision. 5. When I was little and behaved badly, my father could be counted on to knock some sense into me. 6. Please try to talk some sense into him, he wants to quit college with only one semester left. 7. We've tried but it's just not possible to talk sense into teenagers. 8. George, please try to knock sense into your mother. She's refusing her medication again. 9. I wish my parents had tried harder to knock sense into me, insisted I go to college. 10. How can I knock some sense into you? You cannot declare your cat as your dependent on your tax return. The consequences are so serious. Knock somebody's socks off. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. If something knocks your socks off, you find it extremely exciting or good. 2. To affect or impress someone in a very strong, and favorable way. 3. To surprise, and please someone by being very impressive. Examples. 1. Laura's performance at the concert last night, just knocked my socks off. 2. The color that John has chosen to wear, for his birthday party really knocked my socks off. 3. The show of support from everyone, just knocked my socks off. 4. This exciting news knocked the socks off, of everyone in the school. 5. Colleen knocked the socks off the other participants in the arts, craft competition of the year. 6. To knock their socks off, you have to go out of your comfort zone, and do something unexpected. 7. This in-your-face marketing could be forgiven, if the food absolutely knocked your socks off. 8. The current crop of non-Windows databases, can knock the socks off their predecessors. 9. Give it time and it will knock your socks off, which means you won't get bored with it. 10. The current crop of non-Windows databases, can knock the socks off their predecessors. 11. That movie really knocked my socks off, I didn't expect it to be so good. Know something like the back of your hand. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To know something completely. 2. To thoroughly and completely understand someone's emotions, motivations, etc. Or how something works. 3. To have very good, and detailed knowledge of something. Examples. 1. She'll give you the name of a place to stay, she knows the area like the back of her hand. 2. I know Hong Kong like the back of my hand. 3. She lived in the village all her life, and knows the area like the back of her hand. 4. Jenny knows that book like the back of her hand. She has read it at least 20 times. 5. Max knows the Bond films like the back of his hand, he could recite the whole script of all of them. 6. The city has changed so much, I would be lost like any other visitor. But my cousin still lives there. He definitely knows the city like the back of his hand. 7. She lived in New York for 20 years, she knows the city like the back of her hand. 8. I've read this book so many times, that I know it like the palm of my hand at this point. 9. You should ask Samantha for directions, she knows this town like the palm of her hand. 10. Of course I know John, I know him like the back of my hand. Laughter is the best medicine. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. It means that laughter can help cure negative feelings, such as stress, anger, worry, depression, etc. 2. Said to mean that trying to be happy is a good way to stop worrying. 3. Laughing a lot is a very means of recovering from physical or mental injury. More generally, keeping a positive outlook on life will help combat negative emotions during hard times. Examples. 1. After spending several hours in good company, Martha felt her depression lifting, and realized that laughter is indeed the best medicine. 2. After her nasty divorce, her friends recommended that she go out more as laughter can be the best medicine for the heart. 3. Sometimes, all you need to do is laugh, as laughter is the best medicine. 4. After her parents' funeral, people consistently told Alicia that laughter was the best medicine, but she still doesn't believe them. 5. If laughter is the best medicine, then we can consider it medicine for us for the day, he added. 6. I'm a big believer that laughter is the best medicine, plus a steady mix of beer, wine and whiskey. 7. Laughter is the best medicine, unless you are diabetic, then insulin comes pretty high on the list. Comedian Jasper Carrot. 8. Laughter is the best medicine because when you laugh, you get relief from your problems. Lend an ear. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. Listen to someone with concentration, or understanding. 2. To listen to someone, especially in a sympathetic way. 3. To listen to one, especially, when they are discussing a problem. Examples. 1. Sorry I'm late, I had to lend an ear to Jane. She's been going through a lot lately. 2. Thank you for lending an ear, I feel much better now that I've gotten that off my chest. 3. Please lend an ear to Ian, who will be giving an update about the last quarter. 4. My mother was always willing to lend an ear, and offer what advice she could. 5. My colleagues lent a sympathetic ear to my complaints but could do nothing to help. 6. Lend me an ear, will you? I need to make sure that you understand what I am saying. 7. The volunteers' task this holiday season is to lend an ear, which so often becomes a lifeline to the lonely. 8. Tracy was a caring person, and would always lend an ear to everyone's problems. 9. He was always accessible, and willing to lend an ear to their problems. 10. The government must lend an ear to the agitating protesters to avoid riots. 11. Bob was warm, loving, accepting, and always there to lend an ear. Let the genie out of the bottle. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To do something that has a great, and often bad effect on a situation, which can then never return to its previous state. 2. To allow something to happen that cannot be changed, or reversed afterwards. 3. To create, unleash, do something that creates a huge impact, and cannot be stopped or reversed. 4. Reveal something hitherto suppressed. 5. To allow something to happen, that cannot then be stopped. Examples. 1. Once you make carrying guns legal, you let the genie out of the bottle. 2. When I told her the secret, I let the genie out of the bottle. 3. As for unconventional weapons, the genie is unfortunately already out of the bottle. 4. Tried to keep my pregnancy a secret but my secretary found out, and now the genie is out of the bottle. 5. The genie is out of the bottle, my boss didn't quit, he was fired. 6. The genie's been out of the bottle, since women were allowed to earn their own income. 7. The genie was let out of the bottle, when President Trump started to use Twitter as his main form of communication. 8. I bet Facebook never imagined how they'd be letting the genie out of the bottle when they created their platform. 9. It's supposed to be a surprise, so please don't let the genie out of the bottle. Life is just a bowl of cherries. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. Said to mean that life is full of pleasure and enjoyment. This expression is often used negatively, to comment on an unpleasant or difficult situation. 2. Life is wonderful or very pleasant. 3. Something that you say that means life is very pleasant. This phrase is often used humorously to mean the opposite. Examples. 1. Like she says, if life is a bowl of cherries, why do I always get the pits? 2. Life's not exactly a bowl of cherries, when you're an international champ. 3. I got a promotion and got engaged in the span of a week. Lost a bowl of cherries these days. 4. To him, life was a bowl of cherries. Life's not exactly a bowl of cherries, when you're an international champ. 5. The real estate salesman tried to convince us that life in the suburbs is just a bowl of cherries. 6. Doted upon by almost everyone, she began to believe that life was a bowl of cherries, with no price tag. 7. It may look like life is a bowl of cherries, but a bad economy could turn it into a bowl of cherry pits, he said. 8. She thought that after getting a job, her life will be a bowl of cherries. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Meanings and examples are available in video description.